Hey, it's Monday, 8 a.m. coffee podcast.
That was the weirdest intro ever. Good
I
morning.
don't know why I was holding my breath. We were driving past a graveyard or something. Let's talk
Is that a
about
thing?
that's a thing. Yeah, if you hold your breath, then the evil spirits can't get you.
What about the tunnels? I've never understood that either.
That I don't
People that
know.
hold their breath. Yeah.
I thought
Or they honk in the tunnel.
honk in the tunnel is
Drives me nuts.
certainly not helpful. Not at all.
We can start off with grievances today.
Yeah, grievances of superstitions maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Have you ever been superstitious or even a little
Um,
stitious? That's a Michael Scott joke from The Office. So if you enjoyed that,
that's pretty funny.
that's
That's actually I saw an office tweet this morning, which I thought you would appreciate and you would use against me, which is somebody said the office is not funny like four times. And then somebody retweeted, well, The Office is not funny unless you have a heightened sense of humor. And
that's
since you
not
don't
true.
have a heightened sense of humor, you are not funny. I was
Oh my
like,
gosh.
I kind of felt like it was something that you would say to me. Um,
I would say that as a complete joke because that's preposterous.
am I superstitious? No. Do I know them? Yes. Like if a black cat passes my path,
Yeah.
like, am I supposed to speed up to hit the cat so it doesn't cross completely? No. But I'm like, oh, black cat. I don't walk under ladders. I know that.
That's just safety, right?
Right. But apparently that's something that's,
Superstition.
you're, what about the umbrella thing?
What's the umbrella thing?
You're not supposed to open it inside.
Oh. Uh if the foyer is big enough and I can shake off the water, of course I'll open it inside.
I love how you said foyer
Or
instead of foyer.
sure. Or keep it open inside and then just leave it.
Mm. I am repping the Disney this morning
Mm.
because
Ooh, that's a cool one.
I miss it. Yeah, it's the Starbucks. Besides their great cups, besides their Starbucks and there's Starbucks in every location.
Of course.
And they also they're the certain park
Hmm.
and they release a new one every year, but they're good cups.
Yeah. Solid
Does
mix.
any local brewer like coffee brewers have their own cups? I know
Dude.
Honeybee does, but they're kind of we they're like
Small.
Yetis.
Oh, gotcha.
No, they got the lid and all that stuff on them.
Um, I was talking with someone who manages the Golden Roast locations. I talked to you about that a little bit, but she was
Yeah, yeah,
saying she wants to get like they have a location off Sutherland over here, and she wants to start
yeah.
doing like classes out of their back room and have like a podcasting setup and stuff like that. So we were kind of riffing about it, and she said she wants to start doing that, like have a membership sort of thing and do like you get your own thing and it's a certain percent off every cup of coffee. So to answer your question, I don't know of anyone else who does it, but Golden Roast coming up soon.
I'm just saying, throw it out there. If somebody wants to like donate some merch
Oh
to
yeah,
us, I'll totally rep them and not the big box, not the big box.
not the big bucks.
Mm, yeah,
I don't hate Starbucks though. Like what's your
I
take
don't need.
on the different coffee shops and local versus corporate and all that?
Well, it's most of my take on everything local versus corporate. Man, we went to this really fast, didn't we?
Sure.
We went straight into it. Um, I believe that local people work at corporate restaurants and corporate coffee shops, and corporations are as big as they are because they are good and efficient and know how to run their businesses, and they're able to employ thousands and upon thousands of people,
True.
and they have resources during times like this to be able to pay those people even when they are not working. Um, that's no knock on the local. I want to make sure that that's because every big corporation started as a local company.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone did,
Yeah.
you know. So Starbucks started with one store, and now they're huge. Just like
Millions.
K Brew started with one location, and what they have like three now.
I think so. At least two. Is there a third? K Brew is great, by the way.
Maybe it's just two. But Golden Rose started as one, and they've got several locations,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I think
Well,
three for them. I
and,
think.
and then we have Adam on tomorrow. I
Yeah,
just say his name right.
Hendrick
Yeah, Adam, with Refill
refill.
Coffee
Yeah.
cart, which started with one cart, and I think he has a couple. I mean, he'll be able to tell us more.
Hmm.
I just know him personally. He's a great person,
Yeah, yeah.
and his coffee's good. They do a really cool. You'll like this. They go to Pet Safe, right? And
Hit me right there.
they have dog. They have a like a special thing for dogs.
Gotcha.
Like the pups get a treat.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's cool.
that's pretty cool.
I like
I don't
that.
know.
I wouldn't take it right now. I actually went to the bank yesterday, and I know you're going to check in about the dog, so I'll go ahead and tell you. I took them for a ride, and we went to the bank. Yeah, we had windows like halfway down. They were hanging their heads out and everything. So here's the thing: we get back into the neighborhood, and I slowed down to like 5 miles an hour, right? And
Yeah.
rolled the windows all the way down. So we get one house over, and my neighbor is out in the yard, and 5 miles an hour, Maverick starts barking at him and jumps out the window. Scariest moment of my entire life. I stop the car. I go over there, and he's just like standing. He probably landed on all 4 feet and was just looking at me, smiling, and totally fine. But good lord, never rolling him down past halfway ever again. So the one time in 2 weeks that I leave the house to do anything besides pick up groceries, Maverick jumps out the window.
Oh, that's nice. Well, since I know you're going to ask, 23,571 as of this morning.
That's up from
So
Saturday because I remember you saying 25,400.
23,400 something. Yes.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
we're somewhere in there. I don't know. Like I find it really crazy. Now my kids aren't here, but I've been telling them that they're not allowed to finish this puzzle I've been working on.
Uh huh.
So my next video, and I've seen it on other ones, but I'm going to set the tripod up and
Do
there's
time
one
lapse.
piece hanging out of. No, there's just one piece hanging out of it.
Oh no.
And when they put the one piece at it, I'm going to yell at them and then take the puzzle and throw it off the table and just have it break. My wife's like, "You're so mean." And I'm like, "Yeah, whatever."
Then will they clean it up?
So, no, I'll help them clean it
Okay.
up.
Okay.
We'll laugh about it and go on.
Sure.
And then I'm making tomato soup and grilled
Oh,
cheeses
that's
today.
today.
Yeah. And then I'll post the video tonight. So,
Nice. Nice.
um, yeah. So how your weekend besides taking the dogs on a ride?
Yeah. Weekend was pretty good.
What did you do yesterday?
Yesterday was my birthday. Ugh, I don't like my birthday, but
I missed it. Happy birthday.
please don't.
Uh,
So my
I only know birthdays when they come up and remind me on Facebook.
exactly.
So yeah.
And I don't like my birthday, so it never offends me.
Okay.
But my parents came over and stayed in the carport as I stayed in the backyard behind the fence, and we talked for like 10 minutes. And then my sister and brother-in-law came over and brought us takeout, which was amazing because we've only eaten here for like 2.5 weeks. So that was pretty much
Yeah,
it.
we're from.
Stir Fry
Where'd you
Cafe.
take it? Yes,
Yeah,
that's a good little spot.
yeah, yeah. They were gonna do Yasin's, but I think he was closed yesterday.
He might have been.
Yeah,
I think he closes Sundays.
yeah, yeah,
Stir Fry, the one out in the Turkey Creek,
yeah.
um, is the first place that I became friends with. I'm going to name drop a celebrity. Boop, boop,
Gordon
boop.
Ramsay,
Eric Baker.
Eric Baker.
That's where he and I began to be friends. When he was hosting karaoke night at the Stir Fry Cafe
Ooh,
as he was trying to get his music career up and off the ground.
that's awesome.
Eric is one of the nicest people ever.
Yeah.
So, also, I'm pretty sure you share a birthday with his dad. I
Ooh,
think his dad's birthday was yesterday.
the fifth. Why don't we have him on sometime and have him do a song or something?
I'll get in touch with him.
That would be
I'm sure he'd love
that
to.
would be super fun.
he's been doing house concerts
Yeah.
live and things like that. I adore Eric, and and the band he was with in the beginning actually. I'm friends with Matt
Uh-huh.
and his sister, and he's super talented too.
Yeah.
Matt Brewster is super talented as well. They're man, I remember Kingston Alley going and seeing just the two of them playing and things like that. And now, granted, it was after work and restaurant life and things like that, but it was pretty, like, I mean, it was really cool. It was really cool. Speaking of music, I've watched the YouTube video that you sent me.
Right. Right.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay. Because you're like the 10th. Is it a rail or a bar?
It's a fret.
Fret, that thing.
It's like you're complaining, you're fretting.
Okay. But you keep talking about it. And I'm like, what is a fret?
Yeah.
Like when I say I've never picked up a guitar in my life, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So frets are,
However, I did thoroughly enjoy the fact that it could be one finger to begin with and
yes.
then how to move it. Yeah, that I
Okay.
was like, ooh, I could do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I tried and then I could not.
Tell me
But I
about
did try.
tell me about that. You said you could not, but why? I was cleaning. Or what was difficult?
I can, because I didn't know where the frets were.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So
Uh, Also,
vertical lines.
I only have an acoustic guitar.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that it still works.
Doesn't
Like I
matter.
didn't think anything different.
Yeah.
Like like it still sounded not anywhere close to what is it seven what
Seven Nation Army by the
seven.
White Stripes.
Yeah, I know who the song
Yeah.
is. Yeah, I actually like the White
Yeah.
Stripes. So
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have a tuner or do you have like a tuner app on your phone or anything? That will make a huge difference too.
no, but I'll be downloading that
There you
today.
go. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'll make you another video this week and kind of like
Yeah.
talk through all that stuff because the other thing too is that like all of that is out there somewhere on YouTube, but having like the information that you want to know all in one place, that's what I'm trying to
Yeah.
do with some of my videos for like students and stuff to where they don't have to go searching around or watch a 10-minute video when they only need 1 minute of it. So,
Well, and let me make it personal real quick.
yeah.
What's really cool about this is I'm not clearly playing music is not like a massive passion of mine, but my kids are.
Yeah.
So, and our oldest daughter, who is like I've said it before. I don't like it when people brag on their kids and they have no reason to,
Hmm.
right? But she is super talented.
Yeah.
But she doesn't have a problem singing a cappella. That's where you sing with no music, right?
Yes. Just vocal.
Okay. Okay. And she doesn't have a problem doing it, but she likes some form of music in the background, and it would be a way for us to like, you know,
Connect.
connect, do something together, all
Yeah.
that. So, yeah,
Does she like the song Seven Nation Army? Because once you learn it, you could do a duet.
I don't
That's not a
know if
duet.
she's ever heard. She mainly does worship music.
Yeah, yeah.
So sorry, I'm with
Hey, the other
I'm
thing too, I have a couple videos up there of more recent worship songs. I guess Reckless Love is like getting super old at this point, but Waymaker is up there. The only problem is it does assume, or I assume in the video, that you do know how to play all the chords already.
no.
So
Yeah, don't do that yet. We're like 6 months away from me like
yeah, yeah,
helping her with anything.
absolutely.
But no, she's so like I don't know. She's just I'm like she can't. They won't let her try out for Infused,
Hmm.
which is the process to get on stage and all that
Is it
or on
too
the
young?
platform until she's 14,
Yeah, yeah,
and that happens in July. So, but like she's like, all right, I turn. But it's not only her that's doing it; it's people at church that are like, all right, she's 14 on this day.
right.
Like, let's go.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
yeah, let's go. So, which cool. They said even if they're in the middle of a process, they'll actually add her in.
Nice.
Yeah, like she was doing like going from fifth to sixth grade. In fifth grade in the summer, they were having her do things with worship for the students just to get her in the door from fifth to sixth grade. And I was like, are you really that good? Like, what?
Just checking
Now,
because you
which is
don't want to be the father of like some kid on American Idol who has been told their whole life that like, yeah, you're so great, you're awesome. And they get on there and just
I
bomb.
will be like Alex Trebek on Jeopardy on Friday, where they asked a lady and her kids enter a baking contest every year, like a gingerbread house.
Uh huh.
And he said, "Have you ever won?" And she said, "Well, we get a participation trophy or flag every year, and my 5-year-old thinks that's pretty cool." And he went, "Okay." Just went to the next one. Like, he, he, have you watched Jeopardy lately?
One time last week we turned on actual
Just
TV and he was on there. Yeah.
just watch the interviews when they interview the three contestants.
Yeah.
He does not care anymore. He is like, I am fighting an illness. I might die. I'm
Right.
going to say whatever I want to
Yeah.
say. Like he got to the
Okay.
third person and they started going on and he was like, that might be super interesting to you, but and he just turned around and walked to the podium.
Oh my goodness. Good for
It is
him.
it is Alec totally taking on Will Ferrell's personality.
That's hilarious. It sounds like a little bit of
It's
Simon Cowell as well.
I love it though. But I mean he's still super like he's an adorable old grandpa to
Hmm.
me. Like that's what he is to me, right? But now he's getting a little bit of the bitterness and the anger. And I don't know. He did you can see it on YouTube.
Hmm.
He like did this thing about his first year fighting this battle, and he was like, "Hey, I'm just gonna be real with you. This stuff sucks."
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, that's
Yeah.
that's really cool.
Not sugarcoating it or anything.
Yeah. And then and then what I did this weekend is I went and cleared out that house, but I found some internet gold pictures.
Like what?
Like me trying to have spiked hair in the sixth grade in a basketball uniform, like posing for the team photos.
Amazing.
But but my mom wouldn't buy the right kind of gel. So instead
Did
of
it
it being
curl?
spiked like you're supposed to, no, it's clumped in like little clumps all over my head.
I did that in ninth grade. Started spiking my hair and had this necklace that was like whatever, bought it at Myrtle Beach, and like whatever the symbol on it was like my birth month or something, and it meant peace, and I had spiky hair, and I think I got made fun of like one time, and I was like, yeah, maybe I don't want to do spiky hair anymore. But mine, it was some kind of gel, and like it wouldn't stick up, but every like spike would start that way for 5 minutes and then gradually just curl over. So
Well, I mean, it was I mean, it was during that like sixth, seventh grade, like the awkward
yeah,
times
yeah.
of where I was trying to figure out who I was. So I was just copying everybody else,
Hmm.
you know. Like I didn't wear skateboards, but I still wore like skateboard shoes.
Right.
So then I got yelled at by the skaters for well, I was a poser.
Yeah,
Is that what I
poser.
was?
You were a
Yes, I was
poser.
a poser. You're a poser.
You
I was
wore
like, I just like the
Vans.
shoes, man.
Yeah. Was it Vans at the
Just like
time?
the shoe. I don't know. I don't know. They
They're
weren't cheap. That's what I remember,
right.
and I had to buy them myself. Yeah, like yeah. Oh yeah. I went through a Doc Martin phase.
Yeah.
I like shoes. I don't know if I ever told you
I
that.
think you've told me that, and you like buying white shoes and then painting them, which I think is really cool. I want to get some white shoes and just like color them with Sharpie or something. Um, just to buy cheap shoes. I like cheap shoes, especially at Ross or Marshalls, where you can find
Hey,
some good
I know
deals.
we're on in the background while people get ready as they get ready to go to work in
Mm-hmm.
their, whatever section of the house they're doing. So if anybody knows how to do, what I want to find what I think would be really cool, because we like during this time we're putting together a lot of puzzles.
Yeah.
um, I want to find one that's just a white blank canvas, right?
Of a
And then
puzzle?
let the kid, yeah, the puzzle, right? That's already put together. So
Okay.
let's start off with that. It already put together, and then have the kids paint it,
Yeah.
or even just string whatever paint on
I
it,
love where this is
let
going.
it dry, and then take it apart,
Do it.
and then that is well, and you got to take a picture of it so you know where things go and
Yeah.
all that. But that be the puzzle.
That would be awesome.
Like, yeah, I know I'm not the first person to think about this, and somebody's probably already turned it into a product.
hmm
I have not Googled it.
I think you'll find it pretty quick because when I used to work at a church, they ordered one of those for like whatever the series was, and it was pretty cool. Like the graphic for the sermon series was like the puzzle.
Yeah, you can send off to have one made.
But I'm sure you
I'm
could do
I'm
just
talking like
blank.
one that's just white
Yeah,
blank.
yeah, because they all start
Then
that way.
do it ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
that'd be
We've
cool.
been trying to figure out really cool things to do during this time so that we don't feel like we have to drink at 10 a.m. Um,
Dangerous.
oh man. Um,
I probably would if I was clearing out that house, though.
it wasn't bad. I mean, I put some twin mattresses on Facebook Marketplace, and this lady like pretty much they were like Sealy pillow top twin mattresses, right? Like nice. I was like, dude, I'll sell them for $100, whatever. Had like 7 people offer me whatever. And then this one lady, she just said it. She was like, "Is that a stain?" And I said, "First, they're $100 for $500 mattresses. Second, probably because it's the beds the grandkids slept in. I don't think it's any kind of bad stain.
Right.
It's probably just paint,
Yeah.
And it was like at the foot of the bed, like a little red spot. Like, and if you're looking for $100 mattresses, like for both of them, and then I threw in the bed frames and the headboards and the footboards for free. But then I let these same people came through the house, and they were like, "Oh, I'd really like this and that and this." And I mean, the house is being sold as is.
Right.
Like,
Right.
if it's in the house, it's going with the house.
Yeah.
Like, and she put it all at the side, and she's like, how much would you take for all this? And I'm like, I don't know, throw me an offer. And she gave me an offer, and I went, sounds good.
Did she come and pick him up? Like, what was this exchange like? Because
Yeah, no, she came and picked them up. Yeah,
was she wearing
she
a
brought her
mask?
daughter. Actually, yeah, they were.
Yeah.
They were. Yeah. And then I have bandanas, so I've been doing the bandana cloth
Yeah.
mask thing. Um, I'm just doing what they recommend
Sure.
at this point.
Sure. I know
So-
they were saying like the N95s or whatever, like they'll help if something's going out, but they won't necessarily help if someone's breathing toward you. So I'm going to find our high-powered masks today to do our Kroger pickup. And it's just a pickup, but I'm like very freaked out to go out in public right now. I'll just be completely
They'll
honest
deliver
with
it.
you. Yeah, I know, but there are some things that they won't deliver that we wanted.
Oh, there's a separate delivery service that will deliver.
Who? You mean like not through Kroger?
Yeah, not through Kroger.
Oh, okay. We didn't look that far into it. By the way, Zach Roskop, shout out Knox Brew Tours, said, I have an invention idea for the ultimate deck of cards that you can use to play chess with. Let's make them happen.
Mm.
I'm intrigued.
So I love cards and
Yeah.
I love chess.
I love chess too.
I'm teaching my kids how to use properly bet with poker chips.
hmm
And one of them was like, all right, play how you really would. And I went, well, you have to pretend this is real money. And in fact, if you win, I'll give you $100.
And they didn't win, did they?
And then I destroyed them.
What's your favorite card game? Is it poker?
What I'm known best for is blackjack. Not because I play it,
Is it because you...
because my 20s.
That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah, because that's how I made money. I don't know if they could be any louder this morning. Actually, they're being quite quiet today, mainly because I told them not to eat because we're making them a late breakfast.
Oh, gotcha.
Um, the my favorite game to just play casually is Rummy.
Yeah,
I love Rummy.
I love Rummy too. Zach just said blackjack too. Um,
Uh,
I
my
like.
favorite thing to play in a casino is poker, though,
Yeah, yeah.
and that's because mom's deaf.
Hmm.
And I know it sounds really crazy to say that, but 80% of sign language is through the face.
Right. Oh, so
So
she's like
so
reading
I
it.
just read the face. So yeah. Now, which makes me also a horrible card player because I'm expressive.
Sure, sure. I can be pretty inexpressive. Clint Singleton said gin rummy is the best. I don't actually know what that is. And also Zach said,
It's where you have to go out at one time.
"Oh, okay,
You're not allowed to lay cards down,
no extra. Okay,
and you can't draw from you. It's that card or nothing.
mm, okay, gotcha,
It's
gotcha.
a yeah. It's like you have to start playing strategy at that moment.
That's like
Like
solitaire where you can only pick up the three cards instead of just the one card each time.
I love solitaire.
Yeah,
So
solitaire's great. You ever played King Tut's? King Tut's Tomb?
mm-mm.
That's a good one. And Free Cell. Free Cell's my jam. And Hearts. Now I've like named everything, but I do love all of them. Zach said, "Paul, let's go to
Everything you played
Cherokee
on
when this is all over." I've never been to Cherokee.
done.
I've only been to the casino in Tunica at like 4 o'clock in the morning because I was traveling with some people to Dylan Howell's wedding in Texas, and we were passing through Tunica, Mississippi at 4 o'clock in the morning, and we were like, let's stop at the casino. And it was the saddest place I've ever been to in my life. It was just so strange to see anyone awake, and they were just zombies, and there was no food, which is what we ultimately wanted.
Um, yeah, I've been to a lot of casinos, so I so what I've always done, especially when playing blackjack, I've just used it as $100 bar tab.
Mm.
Now the difference is now they don't give you free alcohol in Vegas,
Oh,
is
really?
what I hear. Yeah, I haven't been in probably 3, 4 years now. But you just lay $100 down on the blackjack table, and you see how long it can last,
Mm-hmm.
and you just have free drinks. And then once it's over, and it's $100 bar tab, and you walk away,
Yeah.
right? You know, gambling addiction is a very big thing. I've seen people like lose entire month salaries at a table, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you walk in with a certain amount of cash and leave your wallet, except for your ID, nowhere accessible. And now, and you know, bet what you can bet. What, is
Yeah.
somebody saying something?
Yeah, it was Clint. He said a few friends from work stayed at the MGM Grand in Vegas for NAB last year. I don't know what NAB is. He said it's a different world. I'm sure it is. Just the whole Vegas experience. I've never been there, by the way.
Um, but Vegas, what I really like about Vegas now is that it's not just about gambling. That's what it used to be about. But they've got like probably the best Elton John concert I've ever been to was in Vegas.
Really?
I had lots of drinks bought for me that night. It was good. I liked it. So, um, Cirque du Soleil. Shout out to Paul's kid, if Paul Bowers is watching. I can't remember exactly what he does with Cirque du Soleil, or even if he's with them anymore. I knew he was at one point. Like, I don't think I've actually had a one-on-one conversation with him since a kid was born. He he works in the hospital system, so um,
What is he
but
like?
he's an amazing guitar player. Also, by the way,
Good
just going
grief.
craziness.
Well, what does he not do, I guess? Was he an acrobat?
Um, no, he was like he would
Like
dealt with
production?
props,
Okay, okay.
like something really specific with props.
Man, that is such a
Um,
huge world.
and
There's so many people
yeah,
involved. Like,
but they're crazy good.
yeah.
Like O is one of my favorite ones, and that's the one where they're in water,
Okay.
so they don't necessarily have to land. So they just flip a whole bunch and then land in water.
Yeah.
But then there's concerts, and then there's, like one of my favorite things to do, honestly, is to just stand outside of the Walgreens on the little brown piece of wood and just people watch. But like
This is in
the
Vegas.
painters and yeah, the painters, the street performers, the roller coaster at New York is pretty good. But then there's like Red Rock Canyon and like horseback riding, and you know, you can do the Corvette experience where they take you around the NASCAR loop, and which is nuts, by the way. So like I went and I drove like 3 laps
Hmm.
around, and I'm not a big NASCAR fan, but then I had one of the guys who trains NASCAR drivers drive me around it, and I think he was doing like 195,
No, thank you.
and we were like this close to the wall, and it looks like the wall is going above your head. I might have peed a little bit, just just a little bit, because I was like, like we're right next to this wall. Like, what's up?
Yeah.
But you know, you know, Vegas does it right with a lot of things there, and you know, and it's not just, and it used to just be drinking and gambling and all those things. It's totally not anymore. It's pretty awesome. So, like, it's not family friendly. It's not family friendly, but um, actually, somebody that wants to be on lives in Vegas, so we could ask her about all those things. Yeah. Well, she has to get up before 5 a.m. or something like that. I don't know. Rebecca owes me, so she'll do it. Lots. No, I do things without obligation. So like I never expect a payback. Like except from her, maybe. So, just her. Just her. No. Her husband is a Alaskan fisherman. Like he does not talk to people. Now he probably does, but Chris like you know, it's always like, "Hey, how are you guys doing?" And you know, via public social media, like, "Hey, how you doing?" You know, and she's like, "Oh, Chris is gone for like 3 months. He's catching salmon right now." But hey, look, they've look. This is why I always say, whatever relationship is your relationship, and you know, necessarily because it works for them, and they. All I know is she always has lots of fish, and you know, even if I didn't like him, I would be his friend just for the fish. So, hey, Garcia. Yeah, he knows everybody in the restaurant world. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Jeremy, if you're listening, I'm coming to buy a refrigerator from you this week. Shut down. I don't know. Yeah, just shut. Yeah, until it's over, um, and maybe even a little bit after, and not the whole. Like we know, um, you know, not to bring up the Rona, but you know, we know that it's going to go into next year with every like the long term is, but the peak of it is going to be done. So once the peak is done, then we'll evaluate when we're going to reopen. You know, like I've said numerous times, fortunately, we are in a position that we can do this. Um, and you know, I don't know with my giant stimulus check coming in. I don't even think I'm not getting one.
Really?
I'm pretty sure I'm not getting. Yeah, I think I'm not getting one.
I
So
guess we
I
are.
think we might get the kid money, but nothing else.
Yeah. I haven't looked into it too much. By the way, I've been muted for Ecamm Live, and I'm not sure how long, but we can still talk because of Skype. So, yeah, I don't think I said anything important, but I will say, did I mention to you I looked into the whole like mortgage forgiveness thing just to see like how much work
Mm-mm.
that would take? Okay, so we have BB&T for our mortgage, and they sent an email out about it, and basically like you can have mortgage forgiveness and not pay for like 3 months straight. But then in July, you have to pay all of it. So 3 months worth
Oh, I thought they were going to tack it on to the end.
plus that month is what they said. And it's spelled out like no fine print. It's all just here's how it works. But then they said if you are still in a financial crisis, basically, you can apply to re-up your mortgage that way, basically.
Um,
But then,
yeah,
that's so much paperwork. And it even says something in there like, this is a ton of work, but we're here to help you. So it was pretty cool of them to like spell it all out that way. But I just know like there are going to be people out there trying this and it's going to be a lot of work. So
there's no fine print.
no, not this time. They're like, we want you to know this may not go well for you.
This is not going to go as you planned.
Yeah.
Well, I thought that they were tacking it on to the end just automatically.
I just don't think it's automatic unless some companies are doing that. Hopefully this isn't the most boring content in the world and relevant to somebody, but yeah, it looks like a ton of paperwork and being on the phone, but at least they're super helpful about it and they're being very kind about it. So
Yeah,
Jeremy said, so kind of them,
so kind of them. I could see him saying that.
in a
Hey,
sarcastic voice.
yeah. So I didn't review anybody's food yesterday, though. I will say that because I didn't have time to.
Is that something you've been doing? Like reviewing?
Yeah. So it seems like a troll, but it's not.
Oh, okay.
Um,
I
so
assumed it was a troll.
I go and rate people's food on a 1 to 5 star, like on there, and then type out what I see in
Yeah.
pictures and I can imagine they did in food,
Okay.
like on there. So I put out a thing that it said, all right, all you people claiming you were chefs now and giving bad Yelp reviews. Now the chefs are out of work and we're going to be rating your food from home. But I actually started doing it and just didn't consider it a meme.
Right.
Yeah.
But who? That was my question. Like who's?
Jeremy's definitely.
Oh, okay. Are you doing
A guy
any...
named Michael Claiborne. He's in Georgia. He used to be a server of mine. I only do the really good ones. Like there are some that I look at and I'm like, I can't give you half a star because then you'll like roast me my entire life. Because the thing about the internet is they people don't just pay you back personally. They go to your business and pay you back. So
Right.
like all of a sudden I got a 1 star from somebody because I got a 1 star on the truck one time because we were out of a product.
Oh, interesting. Was that like on
And I
Yelp?
talked to the lady. Yeah. No, it was on Facebook.
Facebook. Okay.
She was like, and then somebody said that I was passive aggressive. They actually said that the guy that works for me is passive aggressive. And I was like, nah, they were talking about me.
It was just you that day.
Well, people will ask, what's good? And I'm like, the bad stuff's on the back of the menu. Like, and then they always turn the menu over
There's nothing
to
there.
look at it, and there's nothing there.
I love it. I love it.
And my other favorites, and I think I've said this before, is what's the best thing? What do you think I will like? And my response immediately, it's an automatic response is, I've never met you before in my life. I've never had a meal with you. I have no idea what you eat. Like, I don't know. Like, what do you like? I can describe every single thing for you, but if you don't like mushrooms, I wouldn't get the Loco Moco.
Right.
Just letting you know that. So, but it just is what it is.
Hey,
Sorry.
were you... I might be getting you confused with YouTube videos that I've watched where chefs are saying like things that they don't like or don't like to cook with. Did you mention button mushrooms?
I despise button mushrooms.
It was you. Okay, what about other mushrooms? What about shiitakes? What about bellas?
Yeah, you're going too basic for me right now. Chanterelles, morels, truffles.
Now see, you're going too advanced for me.
Yeah.
What about
Hen of the Wood.
Hold on, what about white sliced mushrooms from Trader
Like
Joe's?
white button sliced mushrooms. You will never find that.
Is that what button mushrooms are?
Yes.
See, I didn't even know that.
There will so they are on menu items,
Hmm.
100%.
Sure.
They are not in anything that I consume, 100%. But I also won't order the dish and ask them to take it out.
Okay.
I'll just order something different.
Yeah.
I just don't order it. I just get something different.
I want you to walk me through that. Is that like you want them to keep their integrity, or like what's the thought behind that?
So I know what it takes to put together a menu item,
Yeah.
and I know the process, and I know the difficulty in it. Um, so um, it's name a chord, just any common chord.
A minor.
Okay. I need you to play a song, but I need you to take all the A minor notes out of it.
Good, because this song is in E
Well,
major. I'm just kidding.
well,
I know what
but
you
you
mean.
get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, hey, something you worked really hard on. I want you to do all that, but I want you to take this out
Yeah.
because I don't like it.
Right.
It hurts my ears.
That is a great parallel, a great metaphor, by the way.
So, so, and that's what I just choose to
Not to
do.
toot your horn too much.
Well, I mean, I've said this before, is that a menu is not an ingredients list.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not like if you wanted to make your own food,
Get out of
Kroger.
here.
Yeah. You know. Um, but now, and I get it. Like we don't tell people not to get it or anything. Like I'm not rude about it.
Hmm.
Like get what you. I mean, like I'm going to take your money. I'm fine with it. You know.
Absolutely.
But the well, that is not my biggest thing. My biggest thing is not the omission of something. My biggest pet peeve grievance in a restaurant is everything on the side.
Hmm.
I'd like a burger, but I'd like everything on the side. And I have legitimately looked at people and gone, you know, if you like lettuce or not. Like, like now, see, and burgers are so like that's the one thing I'm actually okay with. Like burgers, a burger to me. So this is how I eat a burger: meat, bun, cheese, and that's it. That's what I want.
Hmm.
That's it. And not yellow cheese. I already see it in your face that you're about to ask.
I was just gonna say what kind of cheese.
Yeah. Um, but I'm also just ketchup on burgers, like
Ooh.
ketchup and mayonnaise. So
Oh.
yeah.
Ooh, that is rough. That is so rough
Okay.
for me.
Oh, I eat horribly,
I
man.
support you.
But
It's not even the horribleness of it. It's just those two together. It's much.
Thousand Island.
I like Thousand Island. I could do
Okay.
mayonnaise with spicy brown mustard because that's what comes naturally on like a lot of Firehouse Subs
Hmm.
sandwiches. I like that. It's a good combo.
But the everything on the side,
Hmm.
I'm gonna put out a PSA from every back of the house employee ever. You just slowed everyone else's food down just now because it's getting everything out, putting everything in it, and it just stops a process. It stops a flow. And like seriously, I get it. Look, I get it if you're splitting something and one person doesn't like one thing and one person doesn't like the other thing. But if you get everything on the side, trust me, you're not getting more food. Like that's the first thing. It's like people that go to a bar and ask for a drink with no ice. What do you think they're going to replace it with? Liquor? Like, like they're going to give you more Coke, man.
Right.
If you order a Jack and Coke with no ice, you're getting the same amount of Jack Daniels and more Coca-Cola. That is all you're getting.
But do you think that that's everyone's mentality with put it on the side, or are some people,
No,
well, like me, like I would want to be able to assemble it myself, not to take anything out, but because I don't want soggy bun. And maybe I don't, maybe I should just trust more that the bun
then
won't
you
be
went to a
soggy.
bad restaurant. Then
Exactly.
you went to a bad
Exactly.
restaurant. like, I mean, like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, choose differently. You chose poorly.
Like, what does the tomato need to be touching to where everything keeps its integrity? I don't know why
Well,
I keep
but
saying that word. It's the word of the week.
but also, I mean, I can go to just also items that are like restaurant pet peeves when people send food out, but yet send additional things on the side.
Sure.
Like,
Sure.
like a sauce is one thing. I won't say that, but like if you send calamari out, but you put a lemon on the side of it, why are you not squeezing the lemon on it yourself? If that's the way it's supposed to be made and that's the way it's supposed to be tasted, why are you not doing it on your own? Why are you making the guest work?
Hmm. Yeah, but then doesn't it
So
get like soggy?
no, it's going from the kitchen to the table. You do it the last second.
But then if it's a bad restaurant, it takes them too long to get it out with your other food. I'm just taking all of this into account.
Operational excellence.
Sure,
So,
sure. I'm with you there.
so I mean, like, um, I can name drop a lot of restaurants, but most of the restaurants that I choose to spend a lot of money at,
Yeah.
I don't work.
Hmm.
Like they send it out. They're like, here, pick your fork and knife up, eat. Like, like there you go.
That's how I want my server to talk to me. Pick up those.
Um,
Eat.
look, I can go all day on service standards. So my favorite thing to tell servers when they're like, I don't make enough money, I'm like, well, be available, but yet not intrusive and read your guest in 30 seconds. So every guest is a different guest. Some guests want you to talk. Some guests want you to just leave you alone. I mean, I've been on dates before where I've looked at the server and gone, hey, I'm out with her, not with you. We're good.
Right.
So, like little trick for any service people, when we do consultings, I always talk about the ketchup or the pepper shaker with
Hmm.
people. So if you can tell somebody's out on, say you and your wife are out on a date and you guys are on a date and you want to be left alone, but yet the server needs to be able to check on you,
Sure.
right? Every time I'll drop the food off and I'll say, hey, I'll be back in a couple of minutes to see how everything tastes. All right, cool. You can handle that, right? So I come back and then I never say, is everything okay? Because it gives you the opportunity to say no. No. So if you ordered, let's say just shrimp scampi,
Sure.
man, I'm so glad you got that shrimp scampi. It's one of my favorite things on the menu. I bet it's really great for you as well.
Then it immediately tastes better.
Boom. Right? Hey, I can tell you guys are out on a date. I want to be here for you, but I don't want to bother you.
Right.
There's a pepper shaker right over there. If you need anything at all, just set it at the end of the table and I'll see it and I'll come by and ask you what I can do for you.
Hmm.
Enjoy your meal. And you walk away. And you're done. You
That's
still do beverage refills, but you do it silently. Like you just bring beverages. The other pet peeve of mine is when somebody asks me if I want another drink.
right.
Would you like another unsweet tea? Why don't you just bring me one? Like, why are you talking to me?
Right.
Now, unsweet tea in the South is different because people have a formula, and I get that. But like water, like, why are you asking me if I need a refill on water? Just bring me the water.
Do it.
I'll tell you. Like, if you bring me a water and I'll be like, hey, that's enough for me. Thank you. But no one's going to be mad at you for that.
Hmm.
But hey, can I bring you another soda? And you just bring me one. It costs 3 cents.
But what if
Like,
I think the only because I don't know why I'm playing devil's advocate for you so much today.
go ahead.
But
I've had so many arguments on this. It's not even, I can come back.
I love it.
You're
I
good.
love it. I was going to say the only argument I have against that is what if someone sees that second drink and then they end up drinking more soda than they planned on? So then the question from the server to the person would be helpful or healthy. Like I just want to finish this one drink and I don't actually want any more. But I think that's again, it goes back to your self
Then
awareness
why
on
did you
the
not tell them?
server's part. True.
How many times have I been out with my kids, let them get a soda, and I'm like, hey, they don't need a refill on this. We just bring them water
Yeah.
after.
But I think
Okay,
it's just both
we're
ways.
done.
It's both ways
And
self
then what? You're gonna
awareness.
get mad at somebody for being
Right.
like attentive? No, no one's getting mad. So,
Some people are.
however, I will say this: I doubt very seriously that any McDonald's ice cream machine is fixed right now. So
There's no way. They have all the time in the world to fix it and they're all still broken. That's hilarious.
I wonder, I wonder if they just buy the broken ones.
I'm assuming so. They just pass them
What's
around.
funny is the McDonald's is right down the road from us. Their ice cream machine has always worked, and it's never been out.
What
It always.
what's your go-to McDonald's meal or do you do
Hmm.
McDonald's?
I only eat there in October, and I only eat the McRib
Okay. Okay.
in the conversation. That's it.
That is the end because I don't know about McRib. I've actually never had one.
It's the most disgusting food choice you could ever make in your life. It's
It
horrible.
just looks like the things from cafeteria lunch, which I actually kind of enjoyed back in the day, but I don't think I could stomach it. But I
Um,
get McDoubles and fries.
so
It's all terrible.
McRib, and then I like just a basic hamburger,
Hmm.
like the burger.
Yeah,
I've started not eating fries at restaurants
you're
and
crazy.
just getting another sandwich.
Really?
Yeah. Like so if I go to Chick-fil-A, I'll instead of getting fries, it's the same calorie count
Hmm.
as getting another sandwich.
Sure.
Let's get the other sandwich.
I'm on board with that. Only because when I do eat fries, I always get a large. I have to get a large fry because there's never enough. But I end up feeling terrible the rest of the day, even when I eat Chick-fil-A from the fried food.
Yeah. Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I
Something
get it.
something doesn't agree with me there, or I just eat too much. It's probably because I eat way too much.
Yeah. Um, I always get a large fry if Ashley doesn't order any. So
That's a pro move. I just get two. If Lindsay's like, "No, I don't know if I'm gonna get fries." I'm like,
no,
"I'm
because
getting
if you get
two."
two, then she's like, "Why did you get two?" Well, you were going to eat one. I don't know. But then again, French fries are her legitimately, I think, her favorite food.
Really
So, like, oh yeah,
smart. By the way,
yeah,
Jeremy
like
just said "you monster," and I want to know what he's talking about because we just said a lot of things that could be. Oh, he said all the fries you can give me, please.
yeah.
I'm with you there. I want a pile of
It's
fries.
it's why I love Five Guys.
Hmm.
Now, granted, you're going to pay $8 for French fries,
It's very true.
but they're going to give you a large bag of fries.
Man, I wish they would at least offered a different cook on their burgers. I like their burgers, but I don't want the well done all the time, you know?
Well, it's because they're smoosh burgers.
Yeah,
Smoosh.
smoosh. Nice and oily, nice and fried, fried in the
Good
same
morning,
grease.
sunshine.
She's having a good day.
I mean, it is. It is 8:53. We told her that she had to be up and ready for school by 9 o'clock. I think she hasn't woken up before 8:50 any day.
Nice.
So,
Man, I just wake up around 7 like no matter what now, pretty much.
yeah.
Let the dogs out,
Um,
do this thing.
yeah, dogs are good. So we've got Adam on tomorrow. Who do we have Wednesday?
Wednesday's Ryan Reed, the photographer in Knoxville
Reed.
who shoots.
Ryan's pictures are very good. Sorry.
No, no,
He shoots what?
I was going to say the same thing. He's great. He shoots every wedding that I've ever been to, and for good reason.
Did you see the wood picture that he made the other day?
No,
He took a picture of cut wood.
that's cool.
Like, and I'm like, ooh, that's nice.
See, I'm saying that's
So,
cool
like,
not because I think cut wood would actually be a cool picture, but only on the merit that he did it. So I know that it's cool, and I will
well,
go look for it.
it's more of a yeah. It's a tree that's maybe it's several trees cut down,
Okay.
but um,
Also, I love that like the live stream goes a little bit late, which we've experienced, and Jeremy is still yelling at us about fries.
oh, he'll be talking about that all day.
Or maybe he's just still doing it. I love it.
Yeah, but I mean, like somebody that could take. I mean, this is why I like other people besides just music and food people coming on
Yeah, yeah,
sometimes.
yeah, yeah.
Is that he took a cup of coffee and I will like stare at this picture for like hours.
That's awesome.
Like super impressive, the shadows, the wood grain and
Right.
things like that. You know, and Ashley takes pictures as well. So they're impressive, but like he kind of has like some series of things that he does
Yeah,
just personally
yeah.
and that it's really just kind of amazing. So, I'm super interested to know his story. I know he's been at some weddings that I've been to.
Hmm.
Um, and I always save him like a little goodie bag in the back so that he has some food.
Nice.
And that's
so
not
sweet.
not to go into wedding caterings. If anybody's getting married, don't spend money on food. Just letting you know that. But if you're going to spend money on food,
Spend it at Lanai.
well, or get a caterer that cares.
Yeah.
So, the truths of the matter are you will not eat at your wedding. So we always bring a couple of to-go boxes and we make to-go food for them. Or they'll eat a few things, and we make them something different for them to take on the road.
Ooh, that's really
right?
cool. Yeah.
Something that can be held like cold or, like something that can be used later.
Right.
To fuel back up, I guess.
Yeah. It's a long day.
But then we also always keep to-go boxes of food for all the other vendors. So like your photographer, your DJ, your wedding coordinator, your, the officiant, all that. We have them because a lot of times your officiant will do the wedding and then bounce, right? Well, here you go. Here's some lunch to go. Your photographer's working the whole time. And they're like, oh, man, I don't want to go through this line. Well, that's cool, man. I got you a box back here.
Yeah.
Just a few little Scooby snacks. Let's go. Same with the DJ and everything like that.
Yeah.
So you kind of, think about those things. And I'm not, trust me, I will say this out loud a lot of times, and we still get hired for weddings somehow. I don't like doing them. I'll be honest with you. I don't like doing them. They're a ton of work. And I think I personally, even though I make thousands of dollars on that day, I think it's a waste of time. I think it's a waste of money. I think it's, get married in the middle of the afternoon, have a cake, and go on about your day. And because you can't tell me the food that you've ever had at a wedding unless it was yours or unless you were planning a wedding.
Yeah.
And if you can, that was one of them. It was either so terrible, so unbelievably terrible. And then, or it was just one of those things that was like, wow, that was crazy. Like people, like you've even said, nobody remembers you didn't remember Lance and Laurel's, but
no, that was like
people
one of the
will.
ones I do remember, but not like everything.
Not because of the food, though.
No,
it was because of what we did.
I mean, I'm saying the food, but only like parts of it. And that's the thing. Like everyone agrees that the food, because you did it, the food at that wedding was like incredible. But if you asked them what it was, they'd be like, I don't really remember.
They could never tell you
specifics.
Barbecue Korean pork belly and carne asada tacos and chicken and white truffle mac and cheese cones with sriracha molasses aioli and charcuterie, and they couldn't tell you that. I can tell you that, because that's what I remember. However, anyways, I know I went on a tangent about weddings.
Do you know how Lindsay and I got married? Did I ever tell you that story?
No, I'd love to hear it.
We got married in this house right over there in the living room, dining room area. And some people came over and did the ceremony. Took about 2 minutes. They dropped off a bottle of wine and a slice of cake, and then they were on their way. And then we kept moving in.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It was the day before we officially closed on the house. We moved a bunch of stuff in, and then,
Yeah. We got married right over there in our backyard in December at 36 degrees outside.
I didn't know it was that cold.
And everybody, it was frigid.
You told me about it, but I didn't know because it was in December, right? Did you say December?
10 in the morning. Everybody brought a pie. We had coffee and they went home. We were done.
Gosh, that sounds good.
Ashley wore a pink leather jacket.
Amazing.
Over her wedding dress. It was pretty cool.
We were wearing Nike shorts and tank tops. So.
Yeah. And I had a sweater on.
There you go. Yeah. Save all that money.
We watched the Law and Order marathon last night, and one of the funniest, most sarcastic things my wife has said to me in the last few whatever is that she was going to start buying me cardigans.
Why cardigans? Who wears cardigans?
Not true. Oh, it's like the old 80s Law and Order, by the way.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. So this is like OG Law and Order. This isn't SVU or Criminal Intent.
No, it's OG. Do we have questions coming? I don't ever look at our
No,
questions, so
I'm tracking him. Mark McKinney said I catered my own wedding.
well, that's because Mark McKinney is a baller. So Mark McKinney is the man that got me. Well, he. I want to say this in the right way. He didn't get me the job at BlackBerry, but he definitely pushed me there and gave me recommendations and everything else. And Mark McKinney is the kickoff to my culinary career. If you want to talk about people that owe people, I owe Mark McKinney a lot.
Your
So
life. It's a blood debt.
he's awesome. He's an amazing guy. Um, he understands dietary and nutrition things
Hmm.
better than most people I've ever met. Just because um, he knows autoimmune stuff and knows how to work around it dietary, and it's just like natural, not saying natural healing, because I don't I haven't had this kind of conversation with him, but I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure he believes in Western medicine. But at the same time, he's like, hey, look, don't eat garbage,
Right.
and all that, or
Yeah.
fries from Chick-fil-A. So he is like the polar opposite of Jeremy Garcia.
He
It's a
just
joke.
he
He's not the polar opposite.
he just said you're way upselling me.
No, he's well, that's because he's humble, and but he's great. I run into him I mean, you have to remember, when we first met each other, single guys, restaurant business,
Hmm.
and then now we like run into people at soccer games, like kids soccer games, and it's hilarious.
Yeah.
So we're like, no, but he's old big country, so
Big country.
he's super tall.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
I
yeah.
gotcha.
So yeah, no, but yeah, no, and it's basically, except for like 3 weeks that we worked in the kitchen together, has just been that culinary friend that's like, hey, this is like advice, but at the same time, like, I think he was a mentor, but now he's more of a peer.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That's cool.
so it's kind of one of those really cool things. I mean, I'm sure you experienced that in music as well.
Well, and
So
also in Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi, Master Yoda says, we are what they grow beyond. So,
there's a jet. There's an eight.
huh?
There's an eight. Which one's the eighth one?
Eighth one might be the best one, you know?
I don't know. I've I've fallen asleep in the movie theater
You know what's so
and a
funny
Star
is
on
that
opening night in Star Wars.
what's really funny is that whether or not you were trolling or dead serious, that was hilarious because
I'm dead serious.
nobody loves Episode 8 like I do, I don't think. I think it was necessary. I think it was beautiful and a big turning point that needed to happen. But you were just saying that you actually never saw it.
No, I went to opening like Thursday, like the night before opening night, midnight, and I was exhausted.
Hmm.
And I had 2 tickets, and used both of them, but nobody went with me, and sat, and my popcorn had a seat, and I kicked back and went to sleep in the middle of the movie.
Amazing.
The guy next to me elbowed me because I was snoring. It was great. I
I've
don't know which episode it was, by the way. It's just one of them.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
None of it matters.
Well, why don't we wrap things up by just talking about what we're getting into this week, and I will start because yesterday, actually over the past 2 days, a couple musician friends, like all at once, 3 different groups of people were like, "Hey, let's collaborate on some music. Let's write some things." There's this app called, oh no, I'm gonna lose it. It's called Band Lab, and you can record things into it, and then it's just for you and your collaborators to like access, and then
Hmm.
someone else can record something and like pull it in and play it along with the
Dude,
guitar
that's pretty
part.
cool.
So it's really cool because it's all free and it's all online. So yeah, Band Lab for any musicians out there. So that'll be a big thing. I'm teaching and then just making a shoot ton more YouTube videos.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna have my second cup of coffee
There you
and
go.
teach my kids sign language this morning. That's
Nice.
gonna be fun.
Hey, you
And by
need
teach them,
to
I mean turn on YouTube.
right. Send me whatever video you're sending them because I'm gonna try the sign language too.
And then what I do, and then and then basically go, all right, she's right in all of this, but this is how we do.
Right. That's great.
Tomorrow, Adam Kennedy, refill coffee.
Refill coffee. That'll be fun.
I want to work on my announcer voice. And tomorrow, we will be having refill coffee.
Tuesday.
I'm going to get in touch with him. I might need to get some of his coffee for tomorrow.
Oh yeah, that would be great. Sell it.
Oh, yeah.
Is he
Awesome. Hey,
I was just
if
gonna ask.
Mark's still on, we should have Mark on.
Yeah. Let's do it. You know him pretty well. Let's we'll get that Skype info. I guess.
Also, if anybody wants to be on, you don't have to. You just sit on and talk with us.
Yeah, it's low pressure. Thank you for muting. I mute sometimes and then I forget to unmute.
It's not the Rona.
It's not the road. It's just allergies. Remember, Michael? See, that's another Office reference. Jeez. He said, "Oh, what did he say? Hold on. Got nothing." He said, "Got nothing else to do." He said, "Paul was a fetus when we met." Man, that is creepy. That is the creepiest thing I've ever heard.
I was
Just
18.
Just like
I was 18.
talking into your mother's belly. 18 months?
18 years old. I was
Years.
18. Yeah.
That makes more sense.
Yeah. Just gotten fired from Ruby Tuesdays
That's how it always happens.
for throwing change at someone in a parking lot.
That's great.
I could have Jill on too. She's the person that fired me and is now like a rep for like a liquor rep in town that I use.
There you go. I like it.
Pre-casino.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Cool. Well, I guess we'll sign it off and we'll be here tomorrow with Adam, right? Adam from Refill.
Yeah.
Cool.
Does anybody notice I'm wearing a Disney shirt?
Oh, that's how you spell that?
I guess. I don't know. It's the city of mystery. That's what I slept in last night. I'm just going to be straight up with you. I just walked out and put a hat on.
This is what I took off and put on the side and then like put it right back on when I woke up and let the dogs out. So very fancy. Very fancy this 8 a.m. coffee. I will make sure that I have coffee tomorrow too. To drink.
Okay.
All
All right. See you tomorrow.
Signing off.
Bye-bye.